Namaste. Welcome to Embodied Unity. Today's class is another in our series for the Muladhara root chakra. We're going to be doing a real nice, juicy, slow flow practice. We're going to be focusing on alignment in the structure of our bones and body. So on that note, a couple blocks are going to be really useful today. If you don't have blocks at home, I would highly recommend getting some. They are super useful for your self-practice, for your at-home practice. If you don't have any today, a couple thick hardback books that are the same height can also work. We're also going to be using a strap. This one's a lot easier to substitute. You can use a scarf, a dog leash, a pair of long pants, as long as it's something that can hook around the end of your foot and be grabbed in both hands. So we're going to start today down on our backs. Coming on down to the earth. Getting settled here. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of a sore throat going on. And as we arrive to the earth, let's find a couple big sighing breaths. Deep inhale. Sigh it out the mouth. Let's do 2 more of those. Really soften your body. Letting yourself get heavy, feeling the points of connection between your body and the ground beneath you. Feeling the embrace of the earth. Just letting her hold you here. Couple more breaths, just feeling your body. Noticing any feelings, sensations, thoughts, anything that's present with you in this moment as we begin our practice. Allowing yourself to slip into this role of the observer for our time together. Witnessing your body, witnessing your experience. Allowing this energy of observation to carry with you throughout our time on the mat. Today we're going to just be really curious about our bodies, about the sensations in our bodies. Let's find one more deep breath. Let's start to take our right knee up and into the chest. We're going to interlace the fingers above the knee and squeeze the knee towards the right shoulder. And let's begin to massage through the right hip socket. So using the hands on the knee to control the movement of the leg. Really lubricating that hip joint. Just noticing how that feels. Ooh. Noticing those spots that might feel a little tender. Then let's take our right foot up to the sky. Knee can be bent as much as you'd like here. We'll interlace the fingers behind the knee now. We're going to do some circles with the ankle. Other direction. And then pointing and flexing through the foot. Let's release the hands, shake out the leg, wiggle, shake, release. Then we're going to grab onto our straps. And looping that strap around the mound of your foot. So the big ball under the big toe, over to that little ball under the pinky toe. Gives you the most control over the leg. To even out a little bit. Then we're going to start by finding some free movement here. So just allowing yourself to move the leg around through space in any ways that feel good. Maybe closing down the eyes and just letting yourself be present to the sensations in the leg as you change its position. Feeling each little tendon and ligament and muscle that gets activated as you move the leg. Couple more breaths exploring with your right leg. And then we're going to take the right leg out to the right side and opening up the hip joint. And so just finding a place that feels good to be able to hold for a few breaths here, using that hand on the strap to hold it up as high as you need. One more deep breath. And we'll slowly pull on the strap, bringing the right foot over to the left side. And find a spot that feels nice to hold over here. And taking deep breaths into the sensations that you feel here. One more deep breath. Then pull the leg into center and try to keep your knee mostly straight. So if your leg is lower down, that's totally cool. Just find a position with your right leg that feels like you can breathe open the back of the leg. So we're using the breath to breathe open all the connective tissues in the back of the right leg. I like to inhale, envisioning my breath traveling up to the foot, and exhale all the way back down through the hip. One more breath like that. Let's rebend into the right knee. We'll release the strap and just set it off to the side. Send the right leg out long, and then we'll pause here. Notice the difference in sensation between the right and left leg. Just feel into your body, into the effects of all that movement. And then we'll bend left knee up and into the chest, interlacing the fingers over the knee. Let's squeeze the knee towards the left armpit. And then we'll massage through the left hip socket. Maybe this side feels different. Maybe there's tender spots in different areas. Just noticing. And then extend the left foot towards the sky, interlace the fingers behind the knee, and keep a bend in the knee here as we circle the ankle. Notice how the circling of the ankle affects the sensation through the leg. Switch the direction of your circle. And then point and flex through the foot. Let's shake it out, release the hands, wiggle the leg. And we'll come down for our strap. Get strapped in the same way, around the mound of the foot, little ball to the big ball. And then we'll find that free movement on this side. Staying present to the sensations that you feel as you move the left leg through space. Couple more breaths with this. And bringing the left leg out to the left side, open up the hip and breathe into the sensations you feel here. Using the strap to pull the left leg over to the right side. Find a nice spot. And we'll hold, breathing into the sensations that we feel in this closure of the hip joint. And take your leg back into center, flexing toes towards the face as you pull on the strap. So again, try to keep the knee just a little bit of a micro bend, so mostly straight. And you can find any level that feels accessible to you. Breathing, open the back of the left leg. Maybe following the inhale up to the foot, and the exhale back down into the hip. Last breath. And from here, we'll use kind of our tension with the strap to rock ourselves up to a seat. Let's unhook the strap. You can just set it off to the side. Shake out the knees a little bit, shake out the legs. We'll flex toes up towards the face, lengthen through your spine. On an inhale, sweep the arms up above the head. And on the exhale, we're going to just hinge forward at the hips. So we're not going for a full forward fold. Keep the arms up by the ears. Just a little bit of a hinge at the hips so that you can feel the sensation of opening along the backs of your legs. Breathing open the legs. 2 more deep breaths. And release, lifting back up and out. Release the arms. We're going to fold into the right knee, interlacing the hands underneath the knee. We're going to make some big circles with the foot. So feeling this in through the hips as you draw a circle with the foot. Starting to synchronize this with the breath, inhaling the foot up, exhaling down, ensuring we move nice and slow. And the next time you get to the bottom, let's reverse the direction. Last one. And now plant your right foot outside of the left knee. Take your hands and kind of grasp right underneath the knee on the shin bone. With an inhale, draw the crown up towards the sky, long spine. Flexing toes towards the face. Feel that length in the spine. One more in-breath. And now on the out breath, let's start to twist towards the right shoulder. So right hand comes behind you, and you can either hug the left arm around the right leg or hook the left elbow outside of the right knee to help you twist towards the right shoulder. Whichever configuration you have here, keep your spine as long as you can. So trying not to collapse down here. Keep some integrity along the spine. One more deep breath. And release, unravel back to center. That right foot is now going to come inside of the left leg. We're going to do a little head to knee pose. We'll start with an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips one more time. So keeping the arms up by the ears. On your next out breath, allow those hands to reach towards the left foot and then land on the ground or on the leg, anywhere that's accessible. Again, trying to keep a little bit of length through the spine, so pressing the low back in towards the thigh. Notice how that changes the shape. So you can even play a little bit here with kind of rounding the spine and then pressing the low back, lengthening the spine. Notice how that changes the sensations along the back of your left leg. One more deep breath. And with an inhale, arms up by the ears again, come up and out. Exhale, arms down. Let's straighten the right leg back out. We'll switch over to the other side. Bend into the left knee. And we'll do those circles again here. Inhaling the foot up and around. Exhale, around and down. Feeling the sensations of this movement. Next time you make it down to the bottom, let's switch the direction. Right toes still flexed towards the face. Last one. And plant the left foot outside the right knee. Start by interlacing the fingers on the shin. Inhale the spine nice and long. Feel that length along your spinal column. And on your next exhale, twist towards the left shoulder, choosing to either hug the left knee in towards the chest or hook the elbow outside the knee. Inhaling length through the spine. Exhaling into the twist. One more deep breath. Unravel back to center. Left sole of the foot finds the inner right leg. And we'll do our head to knee. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to hinge. Use your next out breath to reach towards the right foot, and then let the hands land anywhere that feels good to you. Again, playing with your spinal alignment here, noticing the difference in sensation between rounding through the back and then straightening through, pressing the low back toward the thigh. Slow, deep breaths. One more breath. And use your next inhale to lift the arms up, pulling yourself out. Let's bring the right foot up to meet the left foot for our butterfly pose. And we'll utilize this shape to give ourselves a little foot massage. So our Muladhara chakra, our root, governs this lower portion of the body as well as our intestines. But for now, we're going to focus on our sweet, beautiful feet. Give your feet some gratitude. Give them some love. Rub in between the toes. Massage up the arc of your foot. Sending some gratitude, some love to your feet for all the places they take you. How cool is it to have working feet, working legs? Such a blessing. And then spend a couple breaths in our butterfly to do whatever feels good to you. Maybe that's some sways. Maybe that's folding down towards the feet. Maybe that's flapping your butterfly wings. Let's enjoy this Baddha Konasana for a few breaths. One more deep, slow breath. If you were folded down, slowly lifting up and out. Let's swing the knees underneath. The body will meet in tabletop. And we're going to start with our alignment here in tabletop. So really paying attention to the structure of this shape, the structure of our bones. So align your knees under the hips, align your wrists under the shoulders, and then start to find that same length through the spine that we've been working with. Reach your tailbone towards the back of the room, reach your crown towards the front of the room. Little bit of engagement through the core, just enough to let yourself feel strong here. And start to notice your tailbone, your pelvis. Is your pelvis kind of dumping down? Can you neutralize the pelvis? Holding yourself with strength and integrity, feeling the structure of this shape. I feel like a lot of times we use tabletop to find movement and find all these other shapes, but I think it's really nice to just pause and feel ourselves holding ourselves in this shape. Bring your awareness to your tailbone, to the very, very base of your spine, and begin to envision a deep red light at your tailbone. This swirling whirlpool of energy of our root chakra, this foundation, this base of our being. And we're going to play a little bit with our tailbone. So start to lift the tailbone and drop the pelvis, drop the belly. We're not going to let this transition up to the shoulders just yet. So kind of just the pelvis, just the tailbone is having movement here. And then tuck just a little bit, keeping the shoulders spread and stable, just tucking through the tailbone. A little half cat-cow. And find that again, feeling this movement just with the pelvis and the tailbone leading the way. And then we'll make some little circles. Again, just allowing the tailbone to guide this movement. Only the lower half of the body is moving. Little circles. Notice what that feels like. Maybe closing the eyes and really tuning into the sensations that you feel. Isolating this movement in the lower half of the body. Reverse the direction. Envisioning the red light of your tailbone guiding the way through this movement. We'll return back to center. And we'll find some cat-cows together. So again, letting the tailbone lead the way. Lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, inhaling for your cow. Leading the way with the tailbone, transitioning through your cat as you exhale, tucking chin to the chest. Continuing with your movement, with your breath. The red light of your tailbone initiating the transition between cat and cow. Feeling each vertebrae in the spine as you transition between these two shapes. One more round. We'll meet back in our stable, neutral table. From here, step the feet back. We'll meet in plank. Keeping that nice spread between the shoulder blades like we had in our tabletop. Shoulders still stacked over the wrists. Feeling the alignment, the structure of this shape. The tailbone still reaching away. The crown still reaching forward. And then press the hips up and back for your downward facing dog. So that's kind of the ideal alignment for your down dog, is being able to transition from plank without having to adjust the hands and feet. But of course, if you need to adjust for your body, you are more than welcome to. And if you have a nice bend in the knees, that's also awesome. Your heels definitely do not have to touch the ground in this shape. The important part is that you're pressing the chest toward the thighs. So if you look like this, that is fantastic. You're opening up through the shoulders. You're opening up the back line of the body. And bring awareness back to that red light of your tailbone. We're going to allow it to initiate some movement from our down dog. So maybe that's some little sways. Maybe that's some circles. Just explore tuning into your tailbone, allowing it to guide you. Maybe you kind of drop the heels one side and then the other. Couple more breaths to enjoy Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, drop the left knee back down under the hip and step the right foot up to the front of the mat. Our low lunge shape with our legs. And let's take our blocks in here. So just kind of leave your blocks handy. We're going to use them in a little bit. And we're going to start with our chest lifted up in our low lunge. Again, bringing awareness back to the tailbone. Let's play with our tailbone just like we were doing at the beginning in our tabletop. So kind of let that tailbone splay out. Notice how that feels. It feels a little icky in my low back. And then tuck the tailbone. Draw in the core, draw in the rib cage. Notice how that changes the sensation in this shape. So if you're kind of lazy in your low lunge, right? Not a lot of integrity through the core body, the tailbone kind of splayed out, might look a little bit like this. But if you find that nice integrity through the pelvis, through the core, lifting through the spine, it totally changes the experience of the shape. And when you tuck that tailbone here, you're really able to open up through the left hip flexor. Gets you a little bit more juice out of this shape. From here, let's start to take our left hand outside the right knee. And with an inhale, reach back with the right arm. Keeping that tuck in the tailbone, keeping that strong foundation through the legs. One more deep breath. And slowly recenter. We'll grab onto our blocks now and frame the right foot. I kind of like to have mine a little bit behind the heel, and I prefer to use the second height of my block. So play around if you want second height, if you want first height, or if you want the third height. We're going to inhale to deepen into our lunge. Just as deep as you want to go. And on our exhale, we're going to shift back into half splits. The toes reach towards the face. You might find you have to kind of adjust your stance a little bit here. Inhale back to lunge. Exhale back, half splits. Moving with your breath. One more. We'll end in the half splits. So you're welcome to keep hands on the blocks or adjust the height of your blocks or just go all the way down to the floor. But wherever you're at, I want to encourage some curiosity about the spine in this shape. So again, noticing the difference in sensation between allowing your spine to round and drop the head, kind of not really a lot of integrity through the spine, and then feel the difference as you lengthen through the spine and reach the crown of the head toward your right foot, really trying to straighten out through the back of the neck. And then even just relaxing the neck, dropping the head, and lifting the head back up, reaching crown towards the foot. Notice how that changes the sensation along the back of the right leg. Keeping that crown reaching toward the right toes, breathing open the back of the right leg. One more deep breath. Rebend through the right knee. Keep a block nearby. Now you get to choose if you want to keep the back leg on the ground or if you want to curl the toes under and lift the back leg. Block might be your friend here, might not be. I personally don't prefer it in this shape. Wherever you're at, we've got knee over the ankle and left wrist under the left shoulder. So really paying attention to the structure of the bones will allow us to enjoy this shape a little more. On your next inhale, reach the right arm towards the sky, find a twist. And notice here your hips. So if your hips are a little bit higher, you're not going to get the benefits of the twist quite as much. So sink the hips down as low as you can. Notice how that changes the shape. One more in-breath, reach to the sky. On the out-breath, lower the right hand, step the right leg back for your down dog. Press the chest towards the thighs, relax the neck. Couple breaths to enjoy this shape. Last deep breath here. Start to shift the weight forward. Drop the right knee under the right hip and step the left foot up for our low lunge. Lift the chest. And again, noticing how you're arriving to your low lunge. What's your tailbone doing? What's your pelvis doing? Can you zip up through the spine, tuck the tailbone? Yeah, open that right hip flexor. Find your foundation. Press into the left foot, press into the left knee, or the right knee. Then we'll take right hand to the left knee, and with an inhale, reach up and back for your twist. Keeping that length in your spine. One more deep breath. Return back to center. Grab onto your blocks. Frame the left foot. And with an inhale, sink into your lunge. Exhale, shift it back half splits. Might have to adjust. Last one. We'll meet in our half splits. Toes flexed towards the face. And play with your spine once more here. Relax through the spine, kind of have a lazy half splits. Head tucked in. And then notice what it's like to really lengthen in through each vertebrae. Reach the crown towards the foot. And then just relax the head. And lifting back up, feeling the way that even just those micro movements through the head can completely change the sensation in the left leg. And keeping the toes flexed towards the face and the crown reaching towards the toes, breathe along the back of the left leg. Last slow breath. Move your left hand block off to the side as you rebend the left knee. Stack the left ankle under the knee. And either keep your right hand on the block or move it off to the side. Choose if you want back leg on the ground or if you want to tuck the toes and lift the back leg. With an inhale, left arm reaches to the sky. Notice if you're lifting through the hips and sink them down as low as they'll go. One more inhale, reach long. Exhale, lower the left hand, step it back for your down dog. What's it like to re-arrive in this shape? Enjoy a couple more breaths here. Start to step the feet up to the front of the mat. We'll meet in a forward fold. Let the head and neck be heavy and spend some time to move around in this shape in any ways that feel good. I like to kind of rub along the backs of my legs, even pat. Excuse me. We've already done a lot of work to open up the backs of our legs, but especially if you're doing this shape for the first time or first thing in the morning, it feels so good to kind of open up the fascia back here with some contact. One of my favorite things to do in forward fold is make fists and kind of pound on the tops of my glutes and my SI joints. If you're someone who experiences any tenderness in their SI joints, this feels very, very nice. A couple more breaths, however you would like to spend them in your forward fold. With our next inhale, we're going to find a half lift. So hands come to the thighs, crown reaches up and forward. And I want to spend a moment to pause in this shape. So we use this half lift as a transition a lot in our yoga practice, and I think it's really worthwhile to spend a little bit of time to feel into it. So with our half lift, we want our shoulders to reach up and back towards the hips. Notice how that really lifts up through the spine. So if you're not really paying attention to your shoulders, it could kind of be like a little bit of a lazy lift. But if we really reach the shoulders up and back, rolling them back towards the hips, we get that nice like number 7 shape in our half lift. So inhale one more time here, nice long spine. Exhale back to your fold. Now let's use the next several breaths to roll it up to stand. So let yourself be present to each vertebrae as it unrolls. The head is the very last thing to lift. Roll the shoulders back, a little bit of a tuck in the tailbone. And then open the palms forward. Spread the fingers. Strong, tall mountain pose. It's really worth noticing here the tailbone once more. So are you splaying the tailbone out? Can you draw it in, draw up through the core, through the spine? Stand tall and proud. Fill your whole body with breath. Allow yourself to inhabit the full spaciousness of your body. Use your breath to fill the space. One more deep, full body breath. Begin to wiggle the fingers, blink open the eyes. If your feet aren't hip distance apart, let's align them in that way. We're going to find some gentle sways. So letting the arms be heavy, using the hips to initiate this swaying motion, and allowing the heels to lift off. Closing the eyes, letting the shoulders and the arms be heavy. Sway nice and slow. Two more deep breaths. And make your way back to center. Let the shoulders be soft, the arms and hands still soft. One more standing breath. Let's make our way down onto the ground. Move slowly. Keep your knees into the chest. Let's rock a little side to side. Just enjoying this motion. Meeting back in center. Land the feet about hip distance apart. We're going to reach down with the right hand, grab onto the right ankle. So if you need to adjust the position of your feet, do so. With an inhale, let's take left arm up and over to the right side. You can scooch as far down towards the right foot as you want here. Let this shape serve you as we open up the left side body. Two more slow, deep breaths. Return back to center. And then reach down with the left hand, grab the left ankle, right arm up and over on an inhale. Breathe, open the right side body. Two more slow breaths. And return to center. As I mentioned before, our root chakra governs our intestines and our bones. We spend a lot of time with our bones already, so let's give a little bit of love to our intestines. So bring your hands to your low belly, below the belly button. We're going to find a little bit of pressure, just very light, as much as feels comfortable to you, but we're not really wanting to squeeze down here. So just gentle, light pressure. We'll make some circles. This is something I really love doing if I'm experiencing any like GI upset. I got a funky feeling tummy. And the direction of the circle can kind of depend on the energy that you're looking for. So if you're looking to kind of help energy move through the body, if you're looking to release, maybe you gotta try to work something out through your bowels, a counterclockwise motion is really effective for that. Gentle pressure in a counterclockwise motion. And if you're wanting to kind of increase your digestive fire, if maybe before a meal, you can go in a clockwise motion. Maybe closing the eyes, just noticing how this feels. Little massage. You can play with how much space you like between the hands, kind of moving over to the sides, closer to the tops of the pelvis. Let's find two more slow breaths with this. Placing the palms flat on the low belly. Let's take a moment of gratitude. Breathing some gratitude deep down into your intestines, into your belly, your tummy. Thank your stomach, thank your intestines for all the work they do. Thank you for being healthy, for allowing my body to process food, to eliminate waste. Thank you, intestines. We're going to start to make our way into Shavasana, so I'll recommend a happy baby for today, so we can just do a little bit more attention on our tailbone. But if a happy baby does not feel good to you, feel free to find anything that your body would like before our Shavasana. So for happy baby, if the grabbing outside of the feet feels a little too much for you today, you're welcome to grab underneath the knees. You can relax the feet down or kind of keep them up towards the sky with the flex in the foot. What I want to explore a little bit here is our tailbone one more time. So a lot of times at our happy baby, we're kind of like lifting up through our tailbone. See if you can flatten the tailbone down towards the ground. So really pressing all of your spine down towards the ground. Pressing that tailbone down. Not rocking here, just holding yourself. Notice how that changes the shape. Relax through the tailbone, lift it up. And then reach it out and down. One more deep breath. As you're ready, straightening the legs back out long. Finding those little wiggles and micro movements to let yourself get real comfortable. If you want any pillows under the knees, that could be a really nice addition, especially if you are someone who experiences any discomfort in the low back. We'll end the way we began with some of those big open mouth exhales. Take a deep breath, fill the body with breath. Exhale out the mouth. 2 more, get heavier. Closing the lips, soften through the eyebrows, the jaw, the neck. Relax any tension that might be present in the shoulders. Feel the bones in your arms. Let them get heavier, pulling you down toward the earth. Bring your awareness into the rib cage. Feel the shift of the rib bones as you breathe in and out. Take your awareness down now into the tailbone. Feel it pressing into the earth. Allow your tailbone and your pelvis to become so heavy. Relaxing any tension that might be in the low belly, the low back. Become aware of the bones in your legs. Those big, heavy leg bones, let them drag you in deeper to the embrace of the earth. Let yourself be so heavy. Like you're sinking into the ground beneath you. You are heavy, still, and solid. You are one with the earth. Let yourself be heavy and still. Invitation to allow your Muladhara chakra, your root, to be your anchor as we rest in Shavasana. So bringing back in that red light at the tailbone. Inhale in through that light. Exhale out through that light. Breathing in and out through the red light of your root chakra. Feeling it grounding you into the earth. Invitation to repeat these affirmations to yourself. I am present in my body. I am safe in my body. I am grateful for my body. You're welcome to repeat those in your mind, one of them or all of them. I'll give you a couple more minutes for your rest. Bring your awareness back into the feeling of your body on the earth. And as you start to invite in deeper breaths, notice the shift in sensation, the change in energy that those deep breaths can bring. In your own time, beginning to find little wiggles and wake-up movements. Staying present to the sensations of waking up. Enjoy your journey back up to a seat with as much time and gentleness as you need. I'll recommend rolling over onto one side. Just letting yourself be held in this fetal position for a moment. Whenever your journey has brought you back into a seat, bring your awareness one more time to the red light of your tailbone. Plug it in deep and true, rooting you to the earth. With the eyes closed, allow yourself to notice what it's like to be present in your body. What thoughts, feelings, energies are present within or around you. How does your presence in this moment differ to your presence at the beginning of our practice? One more slow breath. Invitation to join me in Bhumi Sparsha Mudra, left hand over the heart, right fingertips or hand on the ground next to you. Breathing into the connection of our hearts and the earth. Sending some love and gratitude from your heart down through your right palm and into the earth. Remembering our oneness with all of the creatures on this earth. remembering that we all share the same root network. And sending a prayer out from your heart and into the earth. Sending a prayer that all beings may be safe and happy and free from suffering. May we all be held in the love of the earth. May we all remember the love of our mother. And may we all walk in greater harmony with the earth and all her creatures. Two more deep breaths with this mudra. And joining both hands together over the heart in prayer. Bowing in gratitude to your body, to this physical vessel that connects us to planet Earth. Breathing in a deep breath of gratitude for your body, thanking it for all the ways it holds you, heals you, and moves you through this life. And breathing in a deep breath of gratitude to yourself. Thanking yourself for taking this time to slow down, to get curious about the world within, curious about the workings of your inner world. And breathing in a deep breath of gratitude for our practice. Bowing to the ancient roots of the yogic traditions. And giving thanks to all of the teachings that have woven together through time and space to lead us to now. We bow to this practice and give it thanks for guiding us into greater unity within and without. And from my heart to yours, so much love and so much gratitude. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Thank you for giving me the privilege of guiding your practice. May you remember during times of uncertainty to find your root, to find your connection to the earth, and allow that to ground you. There are 3 other videos in the Muladhara Root Chakra series. And I also have some complimentary content on my Instagram at Embodied Unity, where I dive in a little bit deeper to some of the themes that we explore during our practices and kind of give you some more tips and insights into the Muladhara Chakra. I've got some stuff about like daily routines and things like that that give you more applicable ways to include aspects of the Muladhara Chakra in your daily life. So I hope to see you back here again on YouTube and maybe over on Instagram. Thank you.